Hey, what's up? Duff here. We are at the Collins Street Bakery in Lindale, Texas. Supercharging. I was at the supercharger on the way out. This is my first supercharging stop on the way back. And this is right outside the Collins Street Bakery, which I guess is sort of a famous place around here. Got a couple of baked goods as souvenirs. And we're just, we got about 10 minutes to charge yet. And yeah, I decided I'm gonna film some on the way back. It's not gonna be as much about all the stops, just kind of free form. I had a nice visit with my sister, brother-in-law, and their two kids. I arrived early Friday morning. Yeah, early Friday morning. And I just left this morning about 7:30 a.m. for the long drive back. The hope is to maximize my distance covered today on day one, and then get back into the Naples area tomorrow. You know, tomorrow evening, not at midnight like a lot of these drives have been so far. So, hoping to make it more manageable this time because it was pretty darn brutal on the way out. So I want to once again thank my sister for her hospitality and my brother-in-law, if they do see this, and to Griffin and Emily. I'll see you guys again soon. So, 10 minutes to go. Supercharger's almost done. Just thought I'd give some thoughts about the Dallas area, driving the Dallas area. Holy traffic, man. Man, oh man, is there a lot of traffic around Dallas. I've driven through it years ago during a Western road trip, I believe, but that was, I didn't get quite the exposure that I got during this trip. I would probably have a real hard time living in an environment with that kind of traffic. You know, where I live, of course, there's traffic. There's traffic everywhere you live, more or less, if you live in a decently populated area. But this is kind of next level in the Dallas area. Weather was very cool. It was in the lower 40s most mornings. Saturday, it was cold and rainy the whole day. That wasn't a whole lot of fun, but we did have fun regardless. We went to my first escape room. We went to an escape room, which I've never done before. That was kind of cool. I got to see the place where my brother-in-law works. He manages a huge data center down here in this area. It's a scale that is far beyond anything I've ever experienced firsthand. It's amazing. The scale of big data when you're managing computer systems for a huge corporation, that was kind of an eye-opener. And I got to meet my sister and brother-in-law's new dog, Ozzy. He's about a year old. They've had him for a little while, but this is my first meetup with him. Him and I hit it off right away. I'm a big dog person, and yeah, we bonded pretty quickly. And he's a lot of fun. He's a handful, but he's a lot of fun too. He's just constant energy, constant happiness. Really good dog. And yeah, got to play some video games with Griffin and Emily. They're real big in the video game scene. They were playing primarily on their Nintendo Switch. I got the 3D printer that I bought them last year for Christmas hooked up. That was. They had it working, but then they had some sort of problem, so I walked them through getting it going again, and set up some stuff on the computer that I sent them as well. So yeah, it was a good time. So all right, someone's pulling in here. I don't want to look like a weirdo, so signing off. So far I'm now in Louisiana in the Shreveport area. So far I have hit the same two superchargers that I hit on the way to Texas. I guess that's not surprising. So. When I was here last time, it was pretty late at night, and there was no vehicles here except me, and it was kind of the way I had to come in, heading west. I drove through Shreveport. It was a little sketchy. The way I came in, heading eastbound, it wasn't as bad. Yeah, I got 20 minutes to charge here. I'll probably walk in this mall area since it is now open, use the bathroom. It is actually lunchtime, so maybe I'll try to grab some food as well. So yeah, so far it's great. The weather's been really nice, bright and sunny. When I was heading west to Texas, there was a lot of overcast, especially on Thursday. Yeah, on Thanksgiving itself, the weather was pretty shitty. So it's better today, and I'm hoping to make some solid progress. So far, so good. So you can see that I just completed this supercharging stop. This was my second charging location right by a mall, 2 consecutive malls. So I just walked, by the time I walked into the mall, found the restroom, used it, came back, I was ready to go. So most of these charging stops, it's been like 100 to 120 miles maybe in between charging stops. It could go longer, but what it does is it keeps the battery pack in the sweet spot as far as being able to pass juice in the fastest rate available. So it minimizes the time charging. And to be quite honest, after a couple hours, hour and a half to a couple hours, I'm ready to take a break anyway. So it's obviously not as quick as if you had a gas vehicle and you were doing 4-hour pulls each time, just trying to max out your distance each time. It's not like that. But as far as enjoying the trip, I really have, I always have enjoyed doing road trips in the Tesla, and today is no exception. Beautiful weather. It's been sunny and bright all day, and the miles have been dropping off pretty quickly. So let us continue to our next stop. Now crossing over the Mississippi River, entering Mississippi. Been on autopilot for a very large percentage of today's ride. You see the speed just dropped to 60, so we're gonna cancel autopilot and reset closer to the new speed limit. Have not gotten any speeding tickets on this drive, and I don't wish to start now, so we'll be a little bit more conservative. Unless I see traffic is moving substantially higher, and then I might bump it back up. Once again, still no bubbles, no troubles. My lower back's getting a little sore. I've been in the car now for the better part of 8 hours. I left at 7:30ish, and we're now almost at 3:30. So that's not too bad. Generally speaking, the seats in the Tesla are comfortable. I find them pretty comfortable for long trips. And I don't know if there's any car that you could be in for 8 miles and not feel a little bit of lower back discomfort. But that's another nice part of having the stops every couple hours, is it gets you a chance to get out and adjust and stretch things. So looking forward to it. I have about 41 minutes predicted until my next stop, which is going to be in Mississippi somewhere. So yeah, going good. Okay, I just stopped at another, well, it wasn't a mall, it was an outdoor shopping mall, sort of. We have one of these in the Naples area. This, I stopped at this shopping center again on the way out, but it was at night on Thanksgiving, and nothing was open. So the only thing I was able to do there was get a bottle of water, and I think I had to urinate in a bush or something. Now everything was open, so I got to grab a couple slices of pizza, and I'm up to 80. I was up to 85% charge when I left. This is going to probably be my longest segment, I believe, of the entire drive. It's 3 hours and 8 minutes, 180 miles, going all the way to Mobile, Alabama, which is pretty close to the Florida-Alabama line. So my goal tonight is to get into Florida. It's just a matter of how far I want to go into Florida. I don't think I want to go nuts and get in at 11 o'clock or anything like that. I'd like to have a decent amount of sleep, and as long as I'm in Florida, I should be able to get home at a reasonable hour tomorrow as well. So we'll see how it's looking. But that's where I'm at. All in all, this is out of the third day of travel. Well, I had a couple hours on Friday, but this is basically my third day of travel. This is definitely my best travel day so far. I feel like I'm making good progress. I don't feel like I'm destroyed, just mentally and stuff. And I think the big part of that is the nice weather. And I have the GPS talking, which is annoying when you're trying to shoot a video. Oh, it wants me to turn left here? What am I talking about? And I think it's been nice having these supercharging locations have stuff that is actually open when I stop there. I think that has helped me feel better as well. So hopefully more goodness on the way. I figured as we're continuing our journey here, it looks very dark because it's only 5:46 p.m., but it is completely dark already. For the most part, autopilot has been, or full self-driving / autopilot has been pretty reliable. In the last 30 minutes, it just reminded me of some of the things that do annoy me, because it's happened a few times during the trip. Just happened like 3 times, I would say, in the last 30 minutes or so. And it's the phantom actions that don't seem to make any sense. Specifically, I had multiple instances of phantom braking where the car would just suddenly stab the brakes strongly for no apparent reason. And luckily there was no cars following me closely when that happened, but that's always the first thing that comes to my mind when that happens. If you have someone that's following you closer than they should be, and all of a sudden the car dips 10 to 15 miles an hour like that, that's a potential for an accident. So that always concerns me. That still happens. I've also multiple times I've had instances where I'm approaching a lane of an on-ramp coming onto the highway, and I'm in the right lane. I want to get over to the left lane. Turn the turn signal on, and with full self-driving, the car normally will auto lane change for you. It will check your blind spot, and it will safely change lanes. That's actually the best feature of full self-driving that I've appreciated the most during this trip. But anyways, several times I've done that. Cars are merging in. I'm like, okay, let's get to the left lane. It would start to go to the left lane, and then all of a sudden it just stops and swerves back to the right, again, for no apparent reason. No vehicles around me, but the car, for some reason, thought that it was an unsafe move. So those sort of things are annoying. It's something you kind of get used to as a Tesla owner. You know that there's going to be times when the car does things that you do not expect, and that's the reason that you always kind of need to be ready. Not only do your hands need to be in the wheel, but your feet need to be around the brake and or accelerator to cancel those phantom braking incidents. Yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Right now, the ETA for my next charging stop is 7:54 p.m. in Mobile, Alabama. And then I'm going to cross over into Florida. I'm going to lose an hour because of the time change going from Central Time back to Eastern Time. So right now I'm kind of thinking I would like to stop around between 10 and 11. Something like that. I think that would be reasonable. And then try to get on the road by 7 a.m. tomorrow, and that should make everything nice and low stress tomorrow. So that's the plan. I'll check in if anything good happens. Or not good. Hey. Hold on. I'm not 100% over whatever this ailment is, but yeah, I'm getting there. So that was the longest leg of the trip. Little long for me. Every bit of 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours actually. There were some like 2-lane roads, so you couldn't go all that fast for parts of it. But I am now in Mobile, Alabama. This is the lowest I have let the battery get. When I got here, it was actually at 9%. I think it's the first time I went under 10% for the entire road trip. And this is also calling for what would be my longest charge, 55 minutes. Now, that is based on the car thinks that I'm going to go to Marianna, Florida next, but I plan to stop before that. So in reality, I don't need 55 minutes, but I will let it charge for quite a while. So I'm in good shape for tomorrow morning. There's a Target here. It looks like there's another mall around here as well, like right next to Target. So it looks like the Target's still open. So I think I'm just going to go walk over there and hang out and see if I can waste 45. Hey, can you see me? That's just as good. So this is my stopping point for day one on the return trip. Total mileage, 2,177 miles thus far. I'm in Crestview, Florida. That should make my ride home. Let's see what it says for an estimated time to get home. So I have 581 miles remaining. roughly, it's saying 10 hours. It's interesting. Why would it say 10 hours now? But even if it is 10 hours, that's fine. I'll be home by around dinner time, but I don't think it'll take that long. So we shall see. So anyways, yeah, signing off. See you tomorrow. Here we are, last day of driving, thank goodness. It's about 7 in the morning. As you can see, I have a little bit of a frost on the windshield issue. According to the car, it's 35 degrees outside, so this is temperatures that I don't experience on a regular basis. So we're just gonna let the car warm up for a couple minutes, hit Dunkin' Donuts, and get on the road. I think actually I'm gonna have to stop at the Crestview Supercharger first, and then we will be progressing from there. So let's see what fun awaits, right? So I made a mistake at my last supercharger. I forgot to put it as a destination in the navigation system. What happens is if the car knows that you're going to a supercharger, it preconditions the battery for charging, which my understanding is it basically raises the temperature of the cells to the ideal temperature to accept a fast rate DC charge. So since I didn't do that, it limited my charging at the last stop. I was charging at like 300 miles per hour. As you can see right now, I'm now charging at 850 to 900 miles per hour because the battery has been preconditioning as I got closer to the supercharging location. So quick tip, if you're going on a road trip, you really want to make sure that your battery preconditions before supercharging. Otherwise, you're going to negatively impact your charge rate. So it looks like I got a pretty long charge here. About 35 minutes is estimating. And then I'll be going to Lake City. So, yeah, okay, so I got, after this one, I got 2 more charge locations. 2 more charge locations after this one, so. And they're both relatively long. So, it's good. I mean, less stops, so I'm pushing to get home. Right now, the estimated arrival at home is 5:24 p.m., so. Sooner the better, man. I'm sick of driving. Okay, it's now, it says I'm at Live Oak, Florida. The car actually adjusted my charging layout. At the last charger, originally it said I only had 2 more supercharger stops to go. Now it has changed it, and now it has me stopping at Brandon, Florida, and Fort Myers before getting home. So I'm going to see where my charge is at when I'm at Fort Myers, and if it's at all possible, I'm going to just skip that last one and go home and charge at home. Because the sooner I get back, the better. My ETA now is like 6:30. I guess it didn't. I'm now back on Eastern time. I guess I was in Central time early, and that's why I lost the hour, because originally it was saying 5:30. Now we're at 6:30. So, yep, still doing good. I mean, still a beautiful day. This is like a nice rest stop where there's Burger King on one side. I saw Dunkin' Donuts on the other, so should be able to entertain myself for 40 minutes and make that final push home. Man, I have to tell you, this rest stop is amazing. That it's a Busy Bee rest stop. Never been in one before. Has the most impressive bathrooms I've ever seen in my life. In a rest stop before, or whatever you want to call this, all-in-one convenience center. It was amazing. I mean, everything was high-end, super clean. I'll post a picture of it if I can. Had like a TV on the wall. It was incredible, and had a Dunkin' Donuts in it, a Burger King. I had an Impossible Burger at Burger King. All kinds of interesting gifts at the gift store. Grabbed a couple things there. So that was man, if you ever have a chance to stop at the Busy Bee rest stop here, where am I? The Jasper exit off of I-10 is pretty darn crazy, man. Really nice. All right, wow, it wants me to go this way. Okay, interesting. Instead of getting right back on 10, it's actually having me head a different direction. So supposedly the fastest. Now the car, it recalculated my supercharger stops again. Now it has me going to Ocala, charging there, and then Sarasota. So it determined that that was the fastest route, and that does happen sometimes. It will make changes on the fly, and it has done that once again here. Okay, here we are. The supercharging strategy, again, the car automatically adjusted on its way, and it extended me to stop here at Land O'Lakes instead of adding an additional stop in. And right now I'm going to be, this will be my last supercharging stop. So that's exciting because there's been a lot of them. I'm at a high power supercharger. As you can see, we're pumping over 1,000 miles an hour, which is nice. A lot of the superchargers today have been 150 kilowatt chargers. This apparently is a 250, so that's great. It's going to charge for 35 minutes approximately. I bet I'm going to have to be up probably between 80 and 90%, I would imagine. And we'll be on our way. So I'm ready to be done. It's been an adventure, but I am ready for it to be done. Next time you'll see me, it'll probably be in my driveway. I'm home. Finally, I am home. 18% battery remaining. Between the last 2 days, I spent a total of right around 27 hours on the road. Now, that, of course, that's including me stopping to charge, but yeah, 27 hours. Totals for the trip, 2,766 miles, 897 kilowatt hours consumed to cover that distance, averaging 324 watt hours per mile. Holy crap, that was a lot of driving. Never driven that long myself. Definitely have not. So not something I would recommend for most people. You know, it's funny, the last part of that after I did the last supercharger, I said, screw autopilot. I was just going. I mean, at times I'm going, you know, probably 85 and I have people blowing past me. Traffic on Interstate 75 during rush hour. It's kind of like a Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome situation. It's funny, it almost reminded me like, you know, I used to be a pretty regular runner. And I remember I did, let's see, three half marathons. Can't see me very well, but oh well. 3 half marathons. And I remember, you know, I was exhausted, you know, running all that distance. A half marathon is 13.1 miles. But once you would hit like a mile to go, like after the 12-mile mark, you just gave whatever you had to get done to finish. And that's kind of how I felt, man, over this last segment. I just, you know, screw autopilot. I just wanted to get here, so I'm here. Oh man. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I'm not sure how this is all going to edit together. It's going to clearly be 2 videos, but we will see how it all works out. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing for Tesla, PEV, and various other content. You never know what's going to pop in there and into my feed. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there. I'm a little rusty here. And I think that's all I got. Oh, and if I already said, yeah, if you like a video, like it, right? A big thanks to my sister, Torrin, my brother-in-law, Damon, and my niece and nephew, Griffin and Emily, for your hospitality. Definitely good for me to be with family over this Thanksgiving holiday, and I really enjoyed myself. That's all I got. Until next time. Duffman out. Be a good boy. Where's Elsa? Where's Elsa? Where's Elsa? Elsa! Hey, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Yeah, do I smell like Ozzy at all? Hi. Hi, baby. Hello. Hello. Hello, baby. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hey girl, are you hungry? Okay.